What's up, guys? Welcome back. You know what the deal is. We're going to go ahead and continue. Looking to finish all of this week. So we're going to go ahead debug this and probably finish up this workshop. And then we will leave all of this for tomorrow. Or, yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. Debug a donation form. So a local charity has built the donation form website, but there's still several issues that need to be fixed. The form isn't accessible and has some HTML syntax errors. Your job is to fix all the errors so that the form works correctly and is accessible to all users. Complete the items in the user stories below and click check your code to see if you fixed all the errors. Alright, guys. So let's go ahead and remove all the closing tags for the input, which would be easy enough. Bam. Okay. Alright. So that portion is done. You should have exactly 5 input elements on your form. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It's fine. You should have exactly 4 label elements on your form. I don't remember what the label elements are for. Okay, let's do this. Add a label element for each input. I am just Googling it up here on the side. Alright. So, come on. Alright. HTML element is, come on. HTML element, user interface. Okay. So, from the looks of it, if I don't remember how to do this. It's been a while, obviously, guys. So for the label element, we need to have an ID that matches for. So we're gonna create the label element. We're gonna give it okay. It tells you right there. Okay. So we'll go ahead and create the label for this first one. The label, and then it said 4 equals. Or we do it 4 equals, and then we'll just do full name, and that close, and go label. Okay. Name, and then the ID. Name, all right, and then we pretty much do that. 1, 2, 3. Where would we put the other one? Email. donation, and subscribe. I guess it'd be right here. Space there. Okay. So email. Simple enough. Email address. Email. How do I put it required? If I remember correctly, you just put required. Let's do this. Required attribute. How do you do that? Okay, so I was right. You just type in required at the end there. It's actually in the input. Wait, is it on the input or on the... It is on the input. All right. Required. Required. I hope I spelled required correctly. Okay. So we'll do this email. And then donation value. We'll just change this to donation. For so email address donation. The fourth label should have the text subscribe. Subscribe. You should associate every input element with a label using for and IDs. Okay. Equals subscribe. Okay. I think we've done everything. So let's go ahead and check it. Your first label should have the text full name. Oh. Well. Your input for the first email address should be type email. Oops. Your button should have the required attribute. That's not it. Which one's the button here? Why is full name on there twice? I don't think that changes anything. I don't know what the button is. Hmm. Should not. Oh, should not have a record. No. No. Okay. All right. So that's done. That was a little bit of a head scratcher, but we were able to get that through. All right. Introduction into Aria. So I'm going to go ahead and skip the boring stuff here. And we'll come back as soon as I'm finished. Okay. All right, guys. So we just went through the Aria described attributes. It was a whole lot for accessibility. So we're now going to build an accessible audible controller. Okay. Supposed to play mute. It's not really doing anything, but we'll try it. Start. All right. In this workshop, you will practice working with Aria by building an accessible audio controller. To start, add an H1 element with the text audio controls. All right. So, as you recall from prior lessons, the ARIA labeled by attribute is used where this is existing text on the page can be used by a label. In this case, you have added the ID attribute to your span element, which will now be used here. Add an ARIA label element attribute to your input element set to volume label description. How is that supposed to look again? Here you go. Equals. I believe that's how you're supposed to do it. All right. Not bad at all. Add a button with the type attribute to set the button with the text mute below the div element. All right, so basically this. What am I doing? Okay. And then this one is going to say mute. All right. Cool. Okay, so where are we? What did I skip here? Build a music player. Okay, so we debugged the donation form, and we built an accessible audible control. Next is going to be working with an accessible media element. It's a lot of text, so I think in the next video we're gonna go ahead and do all of this, as well as finish off majority of these labs. Well, we'll probably do this and then the first two labs, and then we'll do the first two labs and then we'll do remain it. But this is really bugging me, so we're gonna go ahead and build this HTML music player. Okay, taking a step back in time. I didn't see this here the first time. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and start coding now. All right. In this workshop, you're gonna build an HTML music player. The HTML boilerplate has been provided for you. Create an H1 element and give it the text free CodeCamp tunes. For sure. As always, mistype everything. You become a better programmer that way. Free CodeCamp tunes. Okay. All right. So below, you're gonna add an H2 element with the text. Can't stay down. All right. And below that, you're going to add a P element. P element. Artist, Quincy Larson. Okay. All right. So next, we're going to create an audio element with the P below the element. Over the next few steps, you will add the necessary audio attributes to make the audio element playable. Okay, so I don't know how the audio element looks. So we'll give that. Hopefully that then. Oh, okay. I wasn't too sure how that was gonna work out. So now we are going to add a source element. So do that. Okay. All right. Copy pasta. Checker code. Is that not what I did? Oh. Yeah. I didn't. So what happened was there. I don't know if you guys ever run into it. I accidentally copied the period here at the end. I'm trying to get as close to it as possible. And then that's why I wasn't passing. So hopefully you guys can see that now. Okay. All right. And then now the loop attribute will restart the audio once the playback has been completed. Think of the internet meme that repeats playback. Omit the loop attribute that will make the audio play once. The loop attribute is a boolean and doesn't need a value. Add a loop attribute to the audio element. Okay. Loop. I think that's it. Okay. That's interesting. All right. This looks a little ugly to me. Just gonna lower it. Okay. And the controls attributes provides playback controls, including pause, resume, playback, seeking, and volume control for the audio element. The control attribute is a Boolean attribute and does not need a value. Add control attribute. Okay. Controls. All right. There we go. And add H2. So essentially, we're gonna copy and paste this here. Okay. Except for artist, Quincy Larson, we're gonna go cruising for a musing. So this one, copy this, put that underneath, but we are going to change the source attribute again, giving it the same. Bam. All right. And then we are going to be doing the same thing for this next one. Simple enough. Scratching the surface. And then, okay. So add the last song to complete the music player following the same pattern you had used for the first two songs. Okay, so this looks correct from what we saw at the beginning there. So we should be good to go. Go ahead. All right, submit and continue. So we should be good now. I hated that I was seeing something that wasn't complete. So we should be all good. um, we just need to finish up this art of the accessibility, and then we'll be finishing off the HTML review. Hopefully this week. Oh, not hopefully. We're gonna be finishing it off this week, and then at that point, like I said, we're gonna start the CSS, which is quite a bit, and then I think I'm gonna alternate every other day between CSS and something else that I was wanting to do. It's gonna involve with C sharp here. And yeah, there's gonna be more to come with that. Pretty excited about that actually. So this doesn't seem like it's gonna take very long. You can see here it's only a few lines of code, and so yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and run through some of these real quick, and then like I said, we're gonna alternate between this and another project, or I mean the CSS and another project that I'm looking to do. So we'll leave it off there. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.